He kissed my toes, done with your bro, it was for show, just so you know, we just wanna get lit, we just wanna get
Mike Tomlin's never had a losing season as Pittsburgh's head coach, but he does have a losing record against Denver. Today, the Steelers host the Broncos as we kick off Week 5 on EA Sports.
The convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive. We welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Denver Broncos and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 14 carries, 80 yards, and a touchdown.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run, that's only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
A gain of 3, second down. Throwing, Jones. And that'll be incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant. And takes us from second to third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll run with a big back, A.J. Dillon. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's the big man Dillon with it. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood what the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
Here's Chris Jones now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Here comes Grant on the return. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach Can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On second down now, it's Henry. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there and a first down.
And Derrick Henry with the ball in his hands, what a sight to behold, because power and speed involved in every touch for him. Coming off another spectacular season with the Titans, he became the first since LaDainian Tomlinson in 2006 and 2007 to win 2 straight rushing titles. And
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Alex Highsmith able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. Another try after the first down sack. Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Now Jones. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. From the shotgun, Lawrence. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. This is Dillon on the counter. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the score. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his 2nd one.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Now Lawrence. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Looking to throw, Lawrence. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Touchdown! Benny Snell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They go play action here on first down. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Henry Ruggs, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown.
Let's go, boys.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that...
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
And plenty to praise on the play, but this is also a bit of a breakdown defensively because you've got to be right on him when he makes the catch. Otherwise, he has the ability to really make you pay, and he does right there, picking up excellent real estate after the catch.
This is Jakeem Grant. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Derrick Henry. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. I've heard you say that so much of being a great inside linebacker is diagnosis. And that time he diagnosed things instantly, made a beeline for the football.
And I have to think that when this play began, the running back thought to himself that this looks promising, but that feeling certainly didn't last very long. Super play defensively to lock in on the best route to his target, and he stopped him for no gain.
And the next-gen stats show us the top speed there, better than 18 miles an hour. Now a play fake here on first down. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
Andy, do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words every time we hear that. things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
This pass finds its way to Williams. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Mike Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And it's now 21-7. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Jakeem Grant now to return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. Flushed out right. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 36 yards on the play. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones steps away to his left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Jones escaping the pressure right. He finds his man complete. That's Grant. And the Broncos have got a 1st and goal as he's out of bounds at the 4. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a 1st down. Henry. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Henry again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Derrick Henry, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Lawrence. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 44-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now a handoff to Dillon. And the stiff arm proved fruitful for a second, but the daylight quickly snuffed out. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline.
Good one, boys. Let's go.
Denver's offense now set to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down, Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Austin Hooper, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. Looking to throw. Jones. Flush to his right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. Going for it, here's Etienne. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Samuel. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack. On 3rd down, here's Dillon. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the 2nd half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Here's Chris Jones now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Returnable for Grant. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones eluding the pressure right. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
They'll run it again with Henry.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
59 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Henry. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Justin Jones there on the stop.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 15-yard line.
17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And finding the tight end Hooper.
And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Looking to throw. Jones. Flushed out right. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
They'll try again.
And this time he is in.
Yes.
Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Broncos draw a bit closer. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is down to a field goal. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Dillon.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. Gets this to Ferkser, the tight end. First target, first catch, and a first down.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
A throw over the middle, taken in, and he's taken down inside the 30. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. They'll run on first down. Dillon able to fight through one tackle. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. On 3rd down, Lawrence. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
There's a reason the number 4 was flashing through my mind when he let that one go. 3 touchdowns already in his back pocket. The deep ball's been a great weapon for him in this one. Unfortunately, empty on that attempt.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, and they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Back to throw. Jones. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Looking to throw. Jones. He's got Hooper on the short connection.
3 yards the gain there, second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
To throw again on second down. Jones. He'll find ETN out of the backfield. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse. And
all the way home for a Broncos score. Travis Etienne with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him, and once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down. On 2nd and 10, Lawrence. He'll dump this down to Dillon. That's complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now Lawrence to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Again, it's Lawrence. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down. To throw on 2nd and 10, Lawrence. And his pass incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. We'll check on his status when we get back. They'll run with Henry. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. To throw on 2nd and 6. Jones. He'll drop this one off with ETN. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there and a first down. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 12, Jones. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Again, it's Henry. Fighting through at the 25. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Right there.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again to Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
They set up the screen for Henry. Pushes him over, and he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Rolling to his right. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch.
And that touchdown puts him up 7. But now's when the fun begins, partner, because if you go ahead and kick the extra point, it's still a one-possession game. Go for 2, you might put it out of reach.
Yeah, a little decision to be made. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 8. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. We'll go again.